Fight Fiend forecast. We're back for Dana White's Contender Series, Week 9, second last week. Let's get straight to it. Let's get after it. We got 3 massive, enormous favorites. I am picking them to win. I am not underdog chasing on any big underdogs. After taking Christian Savoy, the Canadian, who made me look like a clown, I could have swept Week 8, but I took Christian Savoy. So I have to smarten up. I have to be not biased on any picks, even if they're Canadian. Because Christian Savoy, I knew he probably was not going to win. Not against Jacoby Smith. And Jacoby Smith proved why. He is UFC caliber. And Christian Savoy is just a tough old Canadian from St. John, New Brunswick. So let's get these bags. Week 9. I'm not taking any big underdogs. But there is one fight, one very close fight, the first fight of the night, that I am taking an underdog. Plus 145. 2 Australians, 9-1, 8-1. Who are you picking? It's Dana White's Contender Series. The underdogs have been doing pretty good. Some big underdogs have won. And this week I do think a couple will cash in. With confidence, the only underdog that I'm picking to win is this guy, Anthony Drilich. He's from Perth, 30 years old, and he can get the finish inside the distance. First fight of the night, let's get it going on Tuesday night. He has 2 knockouts in his last 2 wins. He has a submission win against a 3-0 opponent. He could get it done on the feet. He could get it done on the ground. Inside the distance. I'm not trying to get too pretty with it. Underdog, I like his money line as well at plus 145. Let's get that before it drops. I want to collect a bag on an underdog. I have 69% confidence in this guy. He does have a split decision win to a 4-2 opponent, and with how closely skilled these 2 fighters are, this fight here could even go the distance. He might not be able to finish. He could lose the decision to Sean Gauci. You never know. Sean opened up as a favorite, slight favorite here. A lot of people picking him to win, but I think his level of competition is slightly lower. He took a 2-0 fighter in his second last fight nearly 2 years ago. He took him the distance. You look at Anthony's last 3 wins. He finished them. And he's been more active. So, it's a tough pick. It's a very tough pick. Both fighters are from Australia. I got to take that plus money. Give me the dog, Anthony Drilich. I think he's going to win this fight. Possible finish. Another fighter that Sean Gauci beat was 2-2. 1-1. He knocked those guys out, but can he knock out Anthony Drilich, who's 8-1? I don't think so. I like the plus money. I really do on this underdog. 69% confidence. Let's go to the window with this one. Let's go right to the bank. Let's collect a bag. Plus money. First fight of the night. I scared the dog. He's barking. And we're ready to go with the second fight prediction on Dana White's Contender Series. The second last week. So this pick here is my most confident. One of my most confident picks on the card. Yeah, he's the most confident one. You look at the records, 10-1 versus 16-6. It's a clear setup fight here. Unless something sketchy happens, which I don't see happening in any of these widely priced fights. No sketchy shit. I ain't seen any of that. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see none of it. Islem Dulatov should be in the UFC after this win. Fairly confident he can get it done. He has a 100% finish rate, half of them by knockout, half of them by submission, and the Brazilian gets submitted quite a bit. Vanilto Antunes has won his last 3 fights by knockout. The Brazilian just is not good on the ground. It's unusual. On the feet, he has potential to get the knockout, but in his third last fight 2 years ago, Buddy was debuting. He's fought trash cans, 31-15, 18-6, not too bad, but they are trash cans. Islem Dulatov on the other side here, has a couple submission wins. He beat a guy with a knee to the body that was 20-12. Level of competition, they might be in the trash can category too, but a ton of experience. With that being said, submitted a guy 42-19. Submitted a guy 5-2. Knocked out a guy 13-7. And submitted a guy 9-5-1. The level of competition is not great. It's hard to have confidence in these Dana White Contender Series fighters. Not a whole lot of confidence, because look at the odds. Anything can happen. We've seen some shit. I don't want to see anything crazy, because I do have high confidence in Islem, Dulatov to win this fight by finish, first round. You look at Antunes, the Brazilian, and how he gets finished. It's usually a submission, but he could get knocked out too. He's wore a knee before to the head, knocked him out. That could happen as well. The knees of Dulatov are dangerous. He is 6'6". He's a much taller fighter. He's going to be able to work at range and get this win. First round, second round, inside the distance for Islem Dulatov. Now we're looking at the third fight of the night, and we got Mario Pinto and Lucas Camacho, both undefeated. I looked at this fight for the longest time because Mario Pinto is way too big of a favorite. I'm just being honest. I'm picking him to win. 59% confidence. How is he a 6-1, 5-1 favorite? That is mispriced. And we could capitalize on Camacho moneyline, Camacho KO. He could even get a submission in this fight. He does have a submission on the record. Not too bad. Anaconda choke. Can Mario Pinto defend submissions? He just beat a very good submission artist. But that guy was not very good. 5-3. Benjamin Sahik. Not the highest caliber wins for either guy. Both undefeated. One guy is a massive favorite. I am going to pick him to win. Pinto probably wins. Massive favorite. Am I going to bet it? Hell no, it's a low confidence pick. It's a very low confidence pick. He has a bunch of decision wins. This is a heavyweight fight. He has a better gas tank. That's in my favor. But Lucas Camacho, 6-0, took a big layoff, came back, knocked out a guy 4-0, 4-1. He could get the knockout here. He could pull off that anaconda choke. It's Dana White's Contender Series. You got two undefeated fighters, and one is plus 400 or above. It's a little wide. There comes a point where you have to start looking at the other side because it is mispriced, because the line is too wide. Mario Pinto is the pick. Probably a third round knockout after he gasses out Lucas Camacho, but I can't be confident in that. I won't be betting that. And we're on to the next pick, the co-main event for Dana White's Contender Series on Tuesday night. It's time for Cody Steele to get into the UFC. Chasen Blair is tough. Very good. Paddy Pimblett speaks very highly of him, making me a little bit worried on this pick. Both these guys, though, have to cut weight again. Cody Steele was supposed to fight a couple weeks ago at Dana White's Contender Series, but Chasen Blair fought 2 weeks ago. He fought and cut weight. So the pick is Cody Steele. I do think Dana White wants him to get into the UFC. He's 6-0 fighting a 6-2 opponent. 6-2 versus 6-0. I have to go Cody Steele. Another high confidence pick. And I do think his boxing is better, although he is a very good grappler. He's grappled with RoboCop, who's in the UFC. I think he beat him too, so very good grappler, high credentials. He can mix in the wrestling. He has the better crisp and clean boxing. His hooks are wide. He could get caught. But he passes the test against a tough Chasen Blair in a co-main event fight. Dana White sitting there. I can't see it going all 3 rounds, but Chasen Blair is tough. He could survive this fight. Cody Steele's the pick. Probably not going to bet it. He's a 3-1 favorite. It is getting a little wide, but I have to believe in the power and durability of Cody Steele to win this fight, and his wrestling. He's just too good. He is UFC ready, in my opinion. Get ready for a contract, big boy. Now let's get another big bag with a Russian who beat Alex Potan Pieta. Roundtree couldn't do it. Who the fuck is going to do it? Roundtree was close. He knocked down Pieta. He fucking won out with a fight. I mean, that was a war. Roundtree is tough. But this guy, he's more technical. He lost a split decision to Alex, and then he beat Alex by a majority decision. He's very technical, very crisp and clean on the feet. He has devastating leg kicks that will probably win him this fight because most fighters can't deal with the kickboxing style. His kicks are heavy, the low kicks. Once your lead leg's gone, it's gone. The fight is going to be over pretty fast after that. This guy has a bunch of first round finishes. His only 2 wins, MMA, because he is 2-1, were in round 1 by KO. Devastating fashion. This fight is now heavyweight, and it's not because Artem Vakhitov was too heavy. It's because Islem Masraf was too heavy, the fighter from France. He might be a little bit heavy, but his nickname is Lightning, and he's lightning quick. This is another fight where the odds are a little bit too wide because how quick and fast Islem Masraf's hands are. He has 3 wins. The last fight looks set up. That head kick at PFL, it looks set up. Not a very good win 7 months ago, but he knocked out another guy, 4-3 before that. And he submitted a guy, debuting. Both guys undefeated. Judging by the odds, he's probably going to lose, but he does have finishing capabilities. He is a big underdog if he does happen to win. And you never know. The main event underdog beat Bailey Schoenfelder. Like, the underdogs have been winning. Some of these big underdogs could win. Is Islem Masraf the guy? Lightning? I looked at his Instagram. I just took a little peek. He has power, and he is fast. But at heavyweight, people are saying he's fat. He doesn't look that fat. So I'm not really sure why this fight is at heavyweight. Maybe Artem Vakhitov is a heavier fighter, because he does not look like the most shredded fighter, but he's very technical, very composed. He knows what he's doing. He's been in there with Alex Potan Pieta twice. Expect him to be the much better fighter and look like a 5-1 favorite and win in round 1 by KO. I expect that to be the method of victory. Nice and easy win, round 1. You got to think that is what the UFC wants, but they don't always get what they want. Let's not get over-invested, manage the bankroll wisely, and let's try to collect a bag, a couple bags. Let's go get it. Let's destroy these bookies. On a card that has some big underdogs like this, it's never a bad idea to take a stab at a plus 400 ticket. Maybe them by finish, knockout. There is some potential on this card, so we have to beware. And if you do like a bet, make sure you believe. You just gotta believe. Let's go. Let's get these bags. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button and suplex the subscribe button. We'll be back for UFC predictions very soon. Big fight night coming up. Both fighters in the main event sitting right here. 2 autograph cards as well. One is Tatsuro Taira in the main event at the Apex this weekend. And the other is Brandon Royval. 2 beautiful cards. So tune in. I'm going to do those predictions very soon. Let's go.